Oh, peace, love, and power. This is Humam Abdulmalik. The beginning of revolutions around the sun on another early day before the sunrise. But my spirit has risen, and I want to just make contact with those who may have also rose in the activity of their soul. And I want to say that our mission is the same on this Black History Day, because every day is Black history, melanated history, or African-centric history, because we got to get our story back online. We have to overcome his lies. I'm not sorry. That's a state of mind or condition. It's neither with me. I want to apologize. I don't have a topic as of yet. But we also on either day of one of the days or one of the principles of Kwanzaa. We apply that principle or those principles every day of our lives also as melanated people, Africans and American by descendancy, Aborigine people, indigenous people, original people on the whole planet Earth. The most powerful people in the galaxy that we know of, that we may have some knowledge of some other people, but that's a process of gaining more eternal knowledge, spiritual knowledge, divine knowledge, so we can have that understanding what lies in other realms or dimensions from this third dimension. For those who have arrived at being able to transmutate through other dimensions and stuff, then they have that information. I want to give thanks to a beautiful sister whose holy day was yesterday. And I asked people, let's go there, but people had things to do. But she said some things to touch my heart that, I believe in myself and I know my mission in life, but to hear someone else say it, it's like our ancestors and the Creator has endowed other people to, like she said, she's an assistant. She assists people that she sense or feel that energy of light. And I'm just so honored by all the people that understand my humble position of humility to take on this position of divine decree of what's instilled in my universe and prescripted in my DNA, to gain the understanding that I have, to develop the purpose that I have in life, to love my people, to honor my matriarchy queens, to uplift the young youth, to protect the elders. It's not a job, it's a life for me. It's part of my life that's a natural inclination that by divine decree that I have to do this. And I'm going to do it. There's no ifs, ands, or but about me doing what I have to do in this sphere or space. Because it's ordained, because I can't just accept the fact that we're the original people, that we're the most harmonious people, but we suffer some of the most demonic, inhumane activity that can be done to a human being by another so-called human being. And if we don't realize who we are, and I know we got to deal with society in society, but we got to realize that what we're dealing with, that we have to, as a people, organize, develop, and unify on the basis of our natural inclination to be people of peace. But the only way that we can be the people of peace is be the people of loving each other, overcoming our idiosyncrasies, and we got to change our language. We got to change our thinking, our mentality, to become the divine people that we are. We integrate, or was integrated into, by people with unlike nature that we have. And it's a social narcotics. I got to, keep saying things because we got to reprogram ourselves and decode ourselves of the knowledge of what we've been programmed with, knowingly and unknowingly, subliminally through the televisions and the commercials, like Focus. We seen the movie Focus. It's real. And not only that, when we go to their schools or send our children to their schools, the curriculum is anti-us. It has nothing to do with us as a people. Yeah, they give us training and all that, how to perpetrate their system to keep it going, keep it turning. With you go to school, get the degrees, these degrees that really we regurgitating all the knowledge that is ours, that belongs to us, that they took from us since the time of the Hysox, the Greeks, the Romans, the Jews. Everybody stole from us. Everybody has our information and use it against us. From the secret fraternities to the Greek fraternities. We don't even attest to who we are as a people. But it's by design, by people with a demonic mind. And that's what we got to realize. We got to realize in our churches, in our masjids, in our synagogues, and all that, where we attend as a people, as a melanated people, so-called African American, of people that have been brainwashed, of people that have been in a process of indoctrination so much that it comes second nature. And if you don't take time out to relearn what you know, then you're going to be one of those under robot control, one of those who walk around with your eyes wide shut, one of those who sell or will sell your soul to become a Negro pen to attain or ascertain the material things in life, a big old house or a car and all that. And this is the way that these people control us, through materialistic gain and position, or classism, or I'm a better than you and you better than me and all that. I got mine, you got to get yours, all that type of mentality. But that takes away from your spirituality. We have to go black and get the ingredients for us eternally. Because everything really is about the inner verse and understanding, so that you can have an effect on the universe. See, the people that's in power and control, they got the control over the universe through manipulation. They got so much information that they done stole that they can somewhat not control but affect the weather with the hop. You got to find out this scientific studies that they have, and people be talking about it's a conspiracy theory and this stuff like that, and call people that try to give them information like they crazy or insane. But if you ain't crazy and insane in here, you done lost and you ain't maintaining your sanity, because these people will drive you to that type of mentality if you're not strong. If you don't have a spiritual base in your life, then you will be lost in this quagmire maze of deception created by those under the United Snakes. I said created by those under the United Snakes of hypocrisy under satanic administrations. Did I say that right? United States of America under U.S. government. I apologize. But I meant what I said. And I said what I meant. But, you know, a lot of us, we got that gun-ho, patriotic, whatever. But it's all good, you know, if you don't know your story and you know his lies. But it was better when we didn't have integration. We was a harmonious nation. We had businesses and everything. And our dollar touched our hands so many times. See, I'm going here and there, and it's still like A to B. I'm making my point, if you can see. I just don't have like a topic of discussion, because on this day in Black history like that, because I haven't studied for real. Just give me a break. I got to get some, I'll study and have some talking lines and talking points. And when we get a little bit more money, I'll put some other stuff in the studio. Yeah, this is my studio, and I hope you, the people that have been looking, I hope you see what's been taking place, what I've been doing the last few days since the new revolution around the sun. I bet you ain't catch it. I might ask somebody about 3 or 4 days from now, did they catch it? And I might give them a reward. Yeah, I might do that. But anyway, back to non-topic, because I don't have one really. But I want to just say, we got to keep preparing every day for tomorrow, even though it ain't promised. But we got to prepare for the now, in the now. Because we still in a, well, what's this? This the 4th? We got 16 more days before the guy get in the White House and on the throne. And then we got to see what's going to happen in this first 100 days in political power. From the towel, I ain't gonna say bow, but the towel. He gonna be in the towel. You know they be in the towel where all that secret arts and all that is played on our people and all that through their secret societies and all that. But I just want to say, man, I love my people, and that I have a job to do, because I'm spiritually, divinely ordained for this. It's no other way for me to put it, because my heart is for my people. The mind of my heart is for my people. And then the mind in my dome is for my people. See, when I was little, right, and they said I was beyond control, I realize now why I was beyond control. Because I was divinely in tune with that divine order that wanted me to be not programmed at a young age, but to be walk this path and go through my life to get all the experiences to make me who I am today, to learn about the last poets at 12, to see that white European Jesus that was on all the churches' wall was improper at 12. When they can show you that and have in the book that they forsook with the words, he will come back with hair wool, and feet of bronze, that color there. And like they did this for years. Like we didn't hear it or we didn't see it. See, that's the game they play. They put this falsehood right in front of you, and you don't see it. I remember the time, I don't remember the time because I wasn't there, but they told me. Oh, it was told by the griot that it was against the law for us to learn how to read. They wouldn't want us to read, but then they give us a book to read. Then in that book is so many like fallacies and truth strangely mixed with falsehoods that, you know, they told you to obey the man that had you in slavery, who had you in pain, who might kill you, might rape you and all that. But it say it was the word of God to obey this guy. And today, a lot of us still do it. A lot of us, the so-called shepherd or the preachers or whatever. I mean, I done seen verses in the Bible that people who study and research the Bible, it's a lot of, man, it's about a lot of stuff about rape in there, a lot of stuff about like murder and all that. I don't understand if it's a holy book, then how can it be like that? Oh, it's not a holy book per se, but a story book or history book of things that occurred. I don't know. I can't say from a divine perspective, but I can say sometimes from a lying perspective, because in the Nicene Council 325 AD, when Constantinople went in or gathered a lot of religious scholars at that time, so-called religious, and they went in this gathered all the information from Akabu land in Nubian or Kemet, and gathered all that information and took it to a certain meeting spot, and they worked on that thing and did political surgically, political surgically against supposed to be the word of God. And they made this thing a political thing. And then they got mad. Oh, let me see. You got to go back to the Catholic Church. The Pope and them, they're the ones that like, it said it's okay for slavery of us. I think that was in 1453 or something like that. The Papalist Bulla or something. No, Bullus Papa. I ain't going to cuss because you know that word, but I ain't going to say that. But it was called the Bullus Papist. I think in 1453 or something like that, when they was saying it was all right for us to be enslaved. It's like the Constitution say, amended 13th Amendment and all that slavery is no more, but then on the backside it say that you can be a slave if you were duly convicted. So the games they play is very crucial to our growth and development as a people. And we got to come together based on love of ourselves. We got to start loving ourselves. We got to develop growth and development spiritually, economically, educationally, every aspect that we deal with within this society when we just live natural lives, but we perpetrating this system, right? So we can do the same thing in the creation of our own system within this system. I know we got to work in the system and all that, politically and all that, and deal with all the strings attached and all that, and all the hypocritical processes and all that, and all the games that they play, and the magic politics and all that, and your fraternities and all that. But is what we got to do, but we got to parlay that into dealing with us as a people. Because of the days and times that we get ready to go through now, I can't really predict. Because some people think it's going to be like politics as usual. It may be. Or it may be politics in an extreme manner to curtail our growth and development in the country for all the things that was done to like make life better for us. Like the voting rights and stuff like that. Don't you know they got to vote every so often to keep or allow us to have voting rights? Now, that is insane. So I say today, I'm going to develop some issues or topics of discussion for us to discuss, and I'm going to try to do some more poetry reading. Not try, I will. I'm going to do that. I got to be more, I think I'll be one-sided in my poetry. But now I got it somewhat, I said before a long time ago, I want to go some universal celestial stuff that maybe be in the same context, what it be about our growth and development spiritually, celestially, and stuff like that. And a little more, softer, I guess. Softer with a point of truth. Always never get from the facts or the truth of the matter of fact of who we are and where we come from. And that we're the original about everything and everything that we're going through. It is by design. They got 50-year plans, 20-year plans. And that's a fact. That's a matter of fact. It probably be on the books. All you gotta do is go and research, shepherdize, and all that. These fraudulent laws that they make every so often, they feel like it, like Jim Crow law, black law, and all that. I don't hate anybody. I want everybody to know this ain't about hate. This is about love. This is about love for my people. Love for the creator that's in me. Love for my body, my temple. And love for unification, organization, and the development of an infrastructure for us making ties, making connection with the people or the brothers that's in Akabu land, so-called Africa, that's not in not caught up in their colonized mentality. That's like over here dealing not with people that have a slave mentality, or those Negropeans or who sold their soul, or the Negrospeen who sold her soul. And we got to do this like yesterday. We got to come together spiritually in the context of being spiritual beings. In the context of being that. It's not nothing too much I want to say today on this Black History Day. On what, this the fourth day, the beginning of the revolution around the sun. Oh, yeah. And this for local notice, it's the, let me see, fourth day of Trayon's White. But no, it's the third day in office of Trayon White. Third day. Yeah, this today is his third day. So that's the countdown. So 3 and 97 will be 100 days. So let's get behind this brother. Let's, us in Ward 8, Washington, D.C., get behind this brother of Ward 8, of the people of Ward 8, and give him just due. 100 days. 97 more days to go. Then we can say, we can look at his report card and say, oh, I told you so, and all that. But right now, it ain't the time to do anything. But let's grow together. Let's work together in unity. Let's develop together in spirituality and develop an infrastructure based on divine decree of the children of the Creator coming together under the banner of love, peace, and understanding. And we must heal as a people, not saying that we don't deal with nobody else and this and that, but the reality, we got to know the reality of the nature of who we dealing with. You got to do that. The nature of a person that hard. You got to understand that, because if you don't, you'll suffer from it like we have suffered from it. And we're still suffering from it because everything that's going on in our communities is by design. Oh, here's a thing. You remember all the spontaneous shooting over the country and all that? Just like that. Boom. It's like not like that anymore. And what happened to the clowns? The clowns ain't coming out to play no more, I see. Is it like they got a phone call and something and say, hold up, slow it down. We got to impart the next phase of this plan. Because it's a plan of the learned elder design in the Cabo states, 13 families, and the Vatican. If you don't do some research and find out what this is all about, with that I want to say love, peace, and you have the key to your own harmony. And we got the key to our own freedom of mind. We got our own key to spiritual, divine freedom. And we can't get caught up in all the lying of his lies. And we got to look at what we digest, the food that we eat, the context of information that we read and digest mentally, how we carry ourselves spiritually. And it is a war going on. Spiritual war, mental war, financial war, and all this. But we hold the key. We got to turn them guns away from each other. If you're going to have them guns, have them for defense, man. We got to stop killing each other, committing crimes against each other. We got to stop this. That's the purification of our soul, of our mind. We got to love and heal. We got to do that. We got to respect our woman as matriarchic queens and goddesses. And we got to respect each other as kings and gods, in the sense of being in the image, the eternal image of it, and the personality and character of the Creator. Not no physical image. The body, the temple, is not what the image is talking about. It's the eternal, that energy that is part of the carbon. The 666. They say the Antichrist, but it's 6 neutrons, 6 protons, and 6 neutrons, protons, and electrons. 666. The makeup of carbon. That substance that can't be destroyed, because it always was and always will be the substance of the Creator that's behind it, or whatever, or in it. It's like they say God, the concept of God is like, that concept is cool. That's how we define or call on, but we can't define that energy. We know it exists because we know we're not an accident. There's no way in heaven or paradise that we can come together as human beings the way we are, our hands where they, all that. That's no accident. That's by design, natural design, divine design. The same, on the same hand, our attack on our minds and our indoctrination is by design. So we got to overcome that indoctrination. It's like a cleansing, not only of our temple, but of our minds, subconscious and conscious. Because both of them we use, or being used on us if we're not aware, by subliminal suggestions and all that. So with that, I'm going to say, excuse my left hand. No, I can do this here. Woo, that's better. So I'm going to say peace, power, and love for our people, for our ancestors, for our children, for our elders, and all those in between. We ought to come together, work together, unify, and organize to establish a living habitat with the principles of Kwanzaa in our lives. We got to learn our story and not his lies. We got to teach our children our story so they can have high self-esteem and motivation. Let them know how powerful they are, you know. Because what I see of the children today, they are we got some geniuses. There's outright geniuses. All these young, man, outright geniuses. I'm telling you. And we got to keep not pushing them, motivating them until they pick up self-motivation and they do it on themselves. With that, tell somebody you love them today. Hug somebody. Motivate them, stimulate them, agitate them. Make them think. Not make them think, but when you stimulate them to think. To open their eyes to the reality of all his lies and all our truths. To our story, not his story of his lies that he stole, but of our divine abode. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. And don't forget, I might ask a question if I'm going to put it out there, and if the people that have been looking, if they can tell what I've been doing and come close to it, because you can't say what's in my mind unless you're very inclined with that type of energy. But I've been doing something that should be noticeable. I might have missed one area though, but it's all in context of what I'm trying to convey. But anyway, let's stay on not the prowl, but just stay on the path, on the path of righteousness, on the path of our ancestors that left all the signs and detail how we're going to get on the side of this. In a day that is always for us to gain some knowledge, gain some love for one another. We got to heal. The only way we heal is extend our love for each other to each other. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If I don't see somebody today that I may know in passing or whatever. But peace, love, and understanding. From me to you. I said peace, love, and understanding.